I think this is it for Manchester City, at least in terms of winning the Champions League. I think that this year they have to take the opportunity and win it. This is not regarding whether it is easier or harder this year. I think that we've come to a point with City where that's kind of redundant. And what I really mean by this, what I'm really trying to explain, is that City have, for the better part of the last decade, invested a lot of money. They've done quite well in the Premier League. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, they have been the most successful team in the Premier League throughout the last 10 years. They're bored regardless of how much money they spent, really. Although that is a factor, but regardless of how much money they have spent, they've done a great job at bringing in players from all different types of scenarios. More established players that have already done it, and players that are like coming up. You take, for example, Jack Grealish and Gabriel Jesus. Gabriel Jesus, a player that was playing in Brazil and that was coming up, and then you have a Grealish that was already established in the Premier League. So they've done quite well in that department. They've done well in the league. There was even that year where they won the league, the league treble. They won the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, and the Premier League. So that's good. Though they've, apart from winning the Champions League, City have pretty much dominated in every other scenario. But here's the problem: this is becoming an old story. Every year, City have one of the best teams in Europe. They are doing well in the league. They look like they're going to win it. Even when they don't win it, for example, in 2019 when 2020 when Liverpool won it, they didn't win, but they were still going at it for the better part of the run. They did very well. But when it comes to the Champions League, it just looks like they bottle it every time. The closest they got to a Champions League title was last year, when they went to the final and they lose to Chelsea. Tuchel did a great job to prepare this Chelsea team, but on paper, you weren't going to pick Chelsea to win that game. And especially the way City were dominating teams last year, which to me is just crazy. How a team that dominates so much, it's like they have a curse. They dominate so much in the league and everywhere else. They get to the point where they are at, they always struggle. There was a point where they were always finding Barcelona in the Champions League, and they were always going. I think that happened for 3 seasons straight. And then, let me try and get the timeline correct. Around 2017, 2018, they played Madrid, they lost. And then, yeah, I don't know exactly which games and in which phases they lost in the competition. But City have always been a team that have always gotten to the quarterfinals, semi-finals, even final last year. They can get to those points. Their team is good enough to get to those positions in the competition. When it comes down to when it comes down to winning the thing, they always bottle it. And I think that this year, it has to be it, because we've been on this thing for way too long. If City win, for example, the Champions League next year, not this year, it's going to be like, well, you should have done that a long time ago. It will still be great for the club, but I just have that feeling that this is the year where they should do it. I think you'll bring the fans. I mean, any year they win it, the fans are going to be happy. But this year in particular, I think that they should be doing it this year. Another thing is, they can win the Premier League and the Champions League this year. They are in prime position to win both. They are going to play Real Madrid today. I'm recording this on Tuesday. It may only come on Saturday, depending on how I'm feeling. They are playing Real Madrid, and the two other teams are Liverpool and Villarreal. I think that City can win all three. They can beat every team. They can win all 2 games or 3 games, or however many games they have to play to win the competition. Real Madrid, a lot of people are saying, stop Benzema and you win the game. I think it's going to take them a bit more of that, because Real Madrid still have the likes of Vinicius Junior in the team. They still have Kroos. They still have Modric. Did you see the way Modric was playing against Chelsea and against PSG, for that matter of fact? In that second half of the second leg, the way Modric and Camavinga dominated the midfield. So don't just think that it's just going to be stop Benzema and you win the game. People are saying that because Benzema has just been unstoppable, and Benzema has carried Real Madrid down the stretch. But don't think that it's just stop Benzema and you win the game. It's not going to be that easy. But yeah, I think that City are still favourites to win this game, because again, their team is just, their depth is crazy. and the team's ability, I'll keep saying this until they get a striker, I don't care. This team's ability to just win games without having that out and out striker is crazy. Imagine if City had Ronaldo right now. This team there would be no 1 point difference between them and Liverpool. They'll just be way ahead, in my opinion, at least. They just play excellent football. So yeah, they beat Real Madrid, and yeah, it would be fun to have a City Liverpool final, and have Pep finally take his revenge on Klopp. But anyways, guys, that's the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching the video until the end. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more game analysis, football history, individual performances, top 10s, etc. This is the beginning of something special, and it would mean the world to me if you subscribed. It helped me to grow this channel.